Welcome back. This is Phil Whitehead here, and this is video number 6. Matter of fact, it's a bonus. We've decided to do 2 additional videos based on your feedback, and this video is going to concern itself with the process steps that one would go through in building a simulation modeling in the real world. I'll also add in some tips and techniques and common pitfalls to avoid as you go through building these models. So I hope you enjoy this. The 7th and final video will concern itself with data collection, and you can have a lot of fun with that. So I'll see you on the other side as we go through this particular set of subject matter. Okay, let's jump in to the last video of this series, and this is the methodology once again for building a simulation model that will help you manage change. So the first thing you want to start with when you're considering using these types of tools is what's the model objectives? You know, what's the symptoms of the problem? Where are the likely areas that need to be of a higher degree of resolution in terms of detail? And you want to plan that out beforehand. And then you want to take the data, that's step 2, that you collected during the data collection process in video 6, and you want to build that current state. Now this is going to take you some time. Typically, depending on the size, a rather large size business process can take you up to 30-60 days even to get it right and get it calibrated. So I'll speak to calibration in the next phase. So you want to build that. You want to use your data, and you just want to run it as is. Then we go into the calibration phase, and this is where we run that model over and over again, and we compare the data to the input data and the output data of that system, the known data that you get from your IT systems on how that system is outputting the product or the output of the process over a fairly extended period of time to take out any statistical anomalies. You want to pick up any fluctuations caused by seasonality, that type of thing. And when we say calibrate, we don't mean replicate the results of the live system. Matter of fact, you'll find out that's probably the worst thing that can happen. It happens from time to time. But because you're using statistics, you just want to get, like the old adage, you're playing horseshoes and hand grenades. You want to get close, meaning that the model that you build is a fair representation of the system that you're trying to study. And then we want to, just like we did in the data collection, we want to validate the results with the subject matter experts. And there's always changes coming out of this. There's clarifications, changes, greater resolution, etc., etc. You go through a decision-making process. Is the model reasonable? If not, you just circle back to the current state and repeat the process. If it is reasonable, if it is something that you can draw inference from, then you want to go ahead and move to the brainstorming or future state phase. And during this phase, we want to brainstorm the various potential solutions that your team and subject matter experts have come up with, and rank those, prioritize those in terms of most likely, in your judgment, to yield the most favorable results during the implementation phase. You want to test these various scenarios, and you do this by running the model over and over and over again. One trick is do not make too many changes. Matter of fact, make one change to the current state at a time. Understand the impact of that change before you interject the next level of change. After you've tested, you can select the best solution, and my experience is the best solution jumps out fairly early in the process. You seek approval with the process owner, depending on how big of an impact you may have to go higher. For these changes, once those changes have been approved and you develop an implementation plan and execute the implementation plan. However, comma, on the future state model that you did select, it makes a great education and training tool. As people ask, why are you changing what I'm doing? You can begin to address that why question, and it's quite effective. Thanks a lot. This is the last video in our series, and we look forward to your comments.